Hey guys, Sonia here. Okay, put it in drive. That's a good thing. I'm exhausted. So, keep me company as I ramble home. Did you miss me last night? Apparently, I forgot to delete the previous vlog. And apparently, my memory is really close to being maxed out. So, it did about 30 seconds before it cut off. So I'm just going to try to re-talk about what I talked about last night because I don't have enough energy to have a new thought anyway. This week's Back to Basics, I've only listened to one of them so far, and it was James, RNY guy. And I guess the topic is kind of like your school days. Were you overweight as a kid? And do you think that affected, the person you became? And did you encounter obstacles because of your weight? Blah, blah, blah. So, yes, I've always been overweight. As long as I can remember, I've been overweight. I had an uncle, he's passed away. He was my great uncle, so my mom's uncle, my grandfather's brother. He used to call me Slim, and I was not slim. So yes, he would call me Slim, and then he would take me to Dairy Queen for banana splits. I eventually came to the conclusion that he called me Slim just to let me know that he loved me regardless of what size I was, and it didn't matter to him, that I was beautiful in his eyes, and blah, blah, blah. And then, from the South, so we do everything with food, so to show me he loved me, he took me for a treat. Whatever. So, yeah, that's one instance. I can remember in school always being the bigger kid. I played sports up until middle school, and then I didn't make the team, and at that time my rec department didn't have options. Now there's all kinds of options. If you don't play for your school, you can still play with AYSO, or you can, rec departments have teams for older kids and stuff too. But we didn't have any of those options. So all of the activities I did helped keep my weight in check. I was still overweight, but I was healthy overweight, if you want to. I could run, and I could, I could keep up. I could be physically active. It did not take long for that to stop. I remember by the time, the end of my 6th grade year, which was my first year in middle school, so the first year I did not play basketball and softball. We had to do the presidential fitness challenge, whatever. I didn't finish my 1-mile run. I dropped off into the locker room and hid out for a couple of laps, and then came back out and blended right back in and acted like I did it. I couldn't do, the chin hold, what do they call it? I don't know. For girls, like boys had to do pull-ups, and I think they called it a chin-up for us. You just got up and then held yourself without your chin touching the bar. I couldn't do that for any length of time. So yeah, my physical ability diminished rapidly. I remember in 5th grade, I went in for my, your annual well check or whatever, and they weighed me, and I was 164 pounds, and my mom was like, "Oh my gosh," and I guess she was shocked, and I remember her commenting, "Well, I knew you were thick, but I didn't know you were that big," and that, of course, stuck in my head, because negative things always do. I couldn't shop where everybody else shopped. I was desperate by the time I got to high school to wear the right brands, because we were very brand conscious at my school, and you couldn't You couldn't be part of the in crowd if you didn't have the right clothes and the right brands. So I would buy the boy versions. I would buy boy jeans from the Gap. I would buy boy jeans from Tommy Hilfiger. So they look like crap because they're made to wear for a guy to wear, not for a girl to wear. But they were the right brand. And not that there were any other really good options anyway at that point, because there weren't a lot of plus size options. Torrid didn't exist at that time, or if it did, it was not anywhere in my state. Lane Bryant's selections were still definitely heavily elderly focused. They didn't have trendy cute stuff. They did finally start getting cuter stuff toward the end of my high school career, the late 90s. I graduated in 97, and by the time I was in college I could wear cute clothes. And what was such a eye-opener, I don't know, a brain twist to me, was in high school it was a big deal that I was overweight. I was, people would pick on me or make fun of me, and you always made to feel out of place, and you should do Jenny Craig comments, and well, you shouldn't eat that because you're already fat. And when I was in college, though, nobody seemed to care that you were overweight. It didn't matter. I mean, a few people did, but I was in a sorority, and it was just so different entering, I guess, closer to the real world than the juvenile mindset that was my graduating class. Oh, if they ever find my blog, they're gonna hate me. But yeah, and so yeah, I was always overweight. Being overweight, I had issues. People make fun of you and things happen, and I do think all of that helped me become the person I am today. I like the person I am today, though. I wouldn't have complained had I not been made fun of, though. Who would complain about that? But anyway, I'm home now. You guys have a good night. Bye.